The funny thing is, I actually discovered J.I from a show called The Rap Game, which was hosted by Bow Wow's real dad, the late 90s to mid 2000s hit-making executive producer Jermaine Dupri, the founder of So Def, and it was pretty much an urban rap version of The Bachelor for teens. Wait, hold
it real quick.
Nah, but for real, the show was a 10-week competition between 5 to 6 teenagers along with their parents or managers, all leading up to see who would win the contract with him and his record label. It was kind of a reality show that consisted of various situations and challenges that the kids would do, like an everyday artist. From the photo shoots to the videos, the shows, media appearances, the rap battles, preparing them for the industry, and I mean hell, it was pretty much a boot camp for young aspiring rappers. And whoever did the overall best throughout the competition won the spot to be a So Def artist. And I'm not gonna lie, your boy was binging this show back in 2016 and 2017. I just remember watching this and really enjoying it, seeing how they rapped, interacted with each other, reacted to these challenges. It was low-key inspiring to a jit like me, seeing these guys who are around the same age as me, if not winning, then taking a big step in their career and learning how the rap game works. But the problem was, I was always disappointed with who won at the end of the season. Like, we all know Lil Poopy should have won the first season, Jayla Marie should have won the second season, and Iggy Azalea should have won the third, right? That wasn't Iggy. Oh wait, what? That's not Iggy. Then who the hell is that?
Tonight I'm going from the bed.
But I digress. I kind of fell off from the show after the third season, mainly because it was getting repetitive and the new cast just wasn't as interesting to me. And in my opinion, no season ever topped 2016's second season, which our boy starred in with, to be honest, no competition. Alright, let me chill. But real talk, throughout the seasons, I always felt like he was one of the most talented to come on the show, along with Mulatto, Key, and Detronada. With that being said, I was surprised to find out that neither him or Key won that season, because on the show, J.I, who was referred to by his old IG named the Prince of New York and would eventually be known as that, it wasn't his name, but due to the show kind of forcing that name on him, he eventually just ran with it. And like I said, with him and Key being the most skilled, from the first episode to the last, I always felt like it was just them neck and neck. However, I mainly found myself rooting for Jay. Being from the home of hip-hop New York, residing in Brooklyn, he also looked like the underdog with his whole look with the messy curly afro and braces. On the show from the first episode, he immediately separated himself from the competition and displayed his very fast flow with hard lyrics that really landed him his spot, as he was described as genius-like and crazy. And prior to this, to even get on the show, he was posting freestyles and tagging everyone involved with it until he gained their attention. And when he did, he definitely did. What? And with this style, you can hear his early influences in Big Pun, Jay-Z, and Nas, all New York icons. Lyrically is where I'll say he had no comp. When it came down to the music and bars, he had it down pat. Recording, performing, and being around big names, he never folded and always stood out, opposed to the other kids who all had their own things that they needed to work on. And even the way he carried himself on the show, his confidence was like as if he knew he would win. And even I thought he had it in the bag. And mind you, all of this is happening for him and most of these guys at the age of 14, going crazy. I mean, kudos to them. At 14, they're on national television pulling millions of viewers, while at 14, I was doing things that I really shouldn't be talking about. He lost to Monty, which really caught me and a lot by surprise. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was cool, but really? Hey, but I ain't gonna lie, he was drippy as hell though. And following the disappointing loss of season 2, J.I went on with his career independently and had the fan base that he gained from the show right behind him, releasing his debut single No Static, The Quiet Storm, Why You Mad, and the Barely Famous EP in 2017. That for the most part were solid tracks in my opinion, as he was mostly sticking with the style that I found him with the fast flow, uplifting lyrics, and ear-catching punchlines, but they didn't hit the public as hard as they should have, considering the fact that he was just on national television for rapping, reaching mediocre to little success. And I'm not gonna lie, shortly after this, I just slowly stopped paying attention to him or his music, nor think that he would go anywhere in his career post-rap game. With there being new artists coming up every single day, they kind of overshadowed him, and I just gradually stopped checking for him. His music was feeling amateur to me, and I just lost interest. I forgot about him, and he was inconsistent in releasing new material, which is something that you never want to be, especially when you're first coming up. And with that, there wasn't any growth being shown as an artist. I didn't believe in him, or in better words, I didn't think his popularity would surpass what he got from the show. I even remember when I was doing my annual unfollowing spree, because you know, you never want to be that one dude following over 1,000 people, and I unfollowed him without even thinking twice. Not to say that he was trash, because he was obviously skilled. It seems to be harsh, but coming from a show where, let's be real, some of the competition aren't even taken seriously, and careers mainly go nowhere following the show, as most of these kids kinda did. Even the kids that won, they just ended up not signing signing the contract or not living up to what was expected. And we've heard this story many times before with contestants on American Idol and X Factor. Even if they win or not, we don't hear anything from them following the show. It's unfortunate, but it's the case with many. And that's the problem with getting on a TV show or getting on something so big, because people will expect more from you. And when you don't live up to that or deliver initially, things don't turn out so well. And it was looking like he was facing the same fate. Because really, the raw truth is they might have thought that getting on the TV show would have made them blow, and we even thought so. But the fact is that what truly matters is what you do successfully outside of the show and how you build off of that. Now, like I said, he was capitalizing off the success of the rap game, and that was his plan, making a few appearances on future seasons, occasionally dropping music, and even went on tour with the gang. But as the ratings started to decrease, which eventually led to the show's cancellation after its 5th season, this ultimately led to fans of the series disappearing, and those were his fans, at least for the most part. And with his clout decreasing, so was his happiness. In a recent IG post, he looks back to around 2018 when he was depressed, with nowhere to go mentally or anything to live for. 2 years after his big buzz from the rap game, his fame has slowly faded, he was kicked out and was just smoking and drinking. His career wasn't going anywhere as he wasn't getting any shows, so with that, he was going dead broke, so his homies had to pay for things for him, which is key to why you should always keep real ones around. Everything he had built was crumbling in front of his eyes. His music was flopping, only getting a few thousand streams apiece. He and his at the time manager, his mother, had fallen out, and she essentially gave up on his career. J.I had second thoughts of his lifelong dream ever coming to reality. Justin had lost all that drive and motivation in rapping, as he wasn't even recording, was living with his father, and was considering a job in construction to pay bills, adding that his grades weren't looking too good either, like they used to, and it was looking like he wasn't going to graduate. It seemed like all of that hard work, years of writing, rap battling, and all that talent, it seemed like all of it had gone to waste, and even I thought so. Until one day I'm chilling on my bed, just chilling, just watching videos on my phone, and I get recommended J.I. Need Me official music video with around roughly 5 million views. I click on it, curious, as mind you, it had been 3 years since I've even heard of him, let alone seen a video, and I watched the video to see a new Justin, a much more confident one with a huge change in style, and let's just say, I was very impressed. I was out of the loop for some time now, so I decided to do some research. Now 18 years old, he freshly cut his signature afro to the 360 waves that make everyone in the world lean like motherfucking fiends, and after not putting out music for months on end, being unmotivated and depressed, he decided to give it one more shot and came with a vengeance. He hopped out his feelings and hopped in his excuse me, and in 2019 released Company, Hate It or Love It, and Blame on Me, reaching a few million streams, all leading up to his upbeat, reggae-inspired late summer breakout hit Need Me. And this song really blew him up. At the time of this video, reaching 36 million views on YouTube alone, going viral on TikTok, J.I. is at a new peak, and he's in his element, going on his first headlining tour, and has now surpassed the rap game by a lot. And after a bidding war between labels, he ended up signing with G-Star Entertainment, and in October 2019 dropped his debut mixtape, The Hood Life Crisis Volume 1, with music videos for majority of the songs. He capitalized off that success, only 2 months later releasing Volume 2, and I personally enjoyed Volume 2 more. It just felt a slight more focused on the hood heartbreak theme and was much more experimental sonically, with some of my favorite songs from him being on here. And Part 1 felt like a playlist of songs that he thought would have been hits, hence Need Me and Company Part 2. Now I know what some of you guys might be thinking. Whoa, 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 why they're changing heart now? Now you see, the first thing I noticed about J.I, apart from his new cut, is his new sound. He had developed a more melodic rap sound that, if you know me, is like my crack. I don't know what it is, but when someone can just effortlessly flow in auto-tune or melodically sing with it, or just harmonize over a beat and make it sound good, the melodies and these catchy flows, the hooks, the verses that just get glued in your head, the harmonic background vocals, that shit's just too hard. Most likely, if I'm in the whip with the boys and I'm just trying to vibe out, I'm 9 times out of 10 playing this style. And if you guys want to know what I'm listening to at the moment, just take a look at my playlist right here on YouTube. It really gives you a taste of what I'm bumping. And when people try to talk down on auto-tune like it's this thing that ruined music, like bruh, I thought we was 10 years past that, my guy. Like my nigga, not everybody can have a Mariah Carey or Jennifer Lopez type voice.
I don't waste dream. No. Whoa, I'm sorry everybody else.
Like, get with the times, old man. Rap and music in general is not what it was before, and it's much more diverse now. Autotune has been proven time and time again to be used as an instrument. It's an effect for artists who especially don't have the best raw voice to still convey their feelings or just make sound better. It opens their field of creativity to make something unique and innovative. Overall, it's a style that I enjoy more than the rest, but I do agree that it can be a little much sometimes, or unnecessary. But carrying on with the Don, he had been building up to this sound for some time now, with some of the songs off the Barely Famous EP, but those were kinda sloppy with an amateur melodic tone, and now he's definitely perfected it. He does get the inevitable comparisons to other New York natives with that sound, with the likes of TJ and Boogie, which I do understand since all of them have that same tone, and with them being the main figures in that sound. And I'll be lying to you guys if I said that I didn't get slight Dirk vibes from it. But as he grows as an artist and with his versatility, those comparisons will slowly fade, as they always do. Now, it's very controversial, but many may argue that J.I. dumbed down his original bar for bar sound, which I would agree to a certain extent. Comparing The Quiet Storm to Pain, there's a huge change sonically, but that doesn't mean his music doesn't have substance. Comparing those songs, they're both kind of similar, as he talks about gun violence and losing people to the system, but now with the melodic twist. And with songs like Blame on Me, Love Won't Change, and Used To, it shows despite of him being young and reckless, he's still looking for love but knows the risk of it. And I mean, for the most part, his songs are either the standard anti-love or pro-love bangers, with songs like Company and Love Scars. And my god, is this nigga sexual. And don't get the idea that I'm not a listener of the traditional lyrical style or the good old trap, because there are many times that I do listen to those styles and many other genres. I'm really open to anything that just sounds good. Plus, I really fucked with Trenches and Run It Up, which are one of his last bar for bar type songs, where he doesn't even curse. I do like a good mix, but if I just want to throw something on in the background real quick, or just bump and feel, this is what I'm going for. I'm not too heavy on the lyrics. J.I. can still obviously rap, given his XXL freestyle, but I like, and I think he likes, his new music much more. Like many today, while their flows aren't technical or fast, that doesn't mean that it doesn't have meaning some of the time. He needed a change since his previous style wasn't really working. He needed this melodic sound about the streets, various situations in relationships, or just flexing, or who knows where he'd be now. It resonates with the youth, with the rap demographic being from ages 12 to like 30, they're the ones who feel what he's saying the most. And that is what music is all about at the end of the day, connecting with your audience. The same goes for Mulatto, previously called Miss Mulatto on the show. I think it's proof that they had to change their style. Him and Mulatto, who are the most poppin' ones that came from that show, she obviously changed her aggressive style, which was something that they more wanted to see in the competition, to a more city girl, sweetie, club banger type of thing. And J.I. changed his fast flow bar for bar style to the melodic singing, and there's nothing wrong with that. That lyrical style isn't for everybody, and neither is trap or melody focused tracks. So really, it's whatever works for the artist. Some people want to be in the club and some people want to be in the headphones. But with this generation especially, the turn up upbeat music is what's really popping. And low key, I feel like it's always been like that. So what's the appeal to Justin? To answer that, really, it's just the music. But apart from that, I would say it's his personality and mentality. Now, J.I. seems to be a humble dude. There's no gimmick or act that he puts on for the industry to fit in. When it comes down to the fans that show love, he's open and he interacts with them. He interacts with his fan base on socials, but there are times when he talks his shit.
Here's one thing I want to tell you. I don't owe shit to nobody. When I was down and out, when I was depressed, bro, when I was getting kicked out the fucking crib, I was in the streets, my nigga. When I was hurt, ain't nobody check on me. Don't get these two things confused. Don't get cockiness confused with talking your shit. I'm talking my shit. If you feel away, it's cause you ain't shit. And you need to go eat shit.
He has a very unique, powerful, and inspirational story that really hits when you look at it. He proves me and a lot of others wrong, and it taught me not to doubt, and if so, not to completely doubt someone with so much potential. It's proof to wait your turn. If you're talented enough and you have what it takes, your time will come. Don't hate, just wait your turn. Now, initially, you may have thought that J.I. missed out on a So-So Def contract, but it was kind of for the better that he didn't win. Because for one, no artist has came out of So-So Def in recent years, and for two, the guys that did win ended up leaving or not signing the contract, and other contestants started throwing dirt on JD's name for being a bad businessman, sexist, and sketchy. I respect J.I. for not getting in the mix of all that drama and just focusing on himself. Granted, he wasn't in the best mindset at the time, but he since said that he respects JD for aiding him in his career, as the rest of these guys should. Because at the end of the day, despite of Jermaine being very controversial, very bad at decision making, and a chicken nugget, you can't deny his impact on these kids and many other careers. I feel like he always just kept it real, and who knows where any of these guys would be without him. Yes, even J.I. My man's all grown up now. Comparing him from 2016 to 2020, his music has changed, but not only that, his mentality too. He's gone through a lot for being only 18 years old, and you can really hear how his music has evolved and how mature it's gotten. He's focused on his goal, and what is that goal? Longevity, and knows what he's doing with every single step he makes. I feel like he needed that time to be down and be in a struggle and rebuild his empire from the ground up again and come back even stronger to kind of reinvent himself, and it worked. Mulatto and Detronato are the only other artists that I think, kind of got out of that shadow of the rap game, but not as much as J.I did. And even with the other kids on the rap game, while you might have not heard of them now, you might in the next couple of years, because who knows, they might be the next to make that transition from the rap game star to their own artist. And he's really putting on for Spanish American rappers, as there's not too many out there right now, besides OGZ and my nigga Cash Bentley. And with his latest single, Proud of Me, he seems to be embracing this lifestyle, but still recognizes the cost of fame. I'll be looking out for his music. He really regained me as a supporter. Seeing people like Drake and Cardi fucking with him when he's pretty much just getting started is insane. He's getting huge placements on Apple Music and Spotify playlists, selling out venues like the SOBs, and I would wish the best for him, but that goes without saying at this point. It's only nothing but up from here. He says he's working on a mixtape or an album and is going to start looking into the Spanish route, since that market is huge right now. And with his Puerto Rican background, it makes sense. If you guys are watching this and don't know who J.I is, first off, put the pipe down, buddy, alright? It's not too late. Put it down. And some songs that I recommend, or some of my favorite, are his new release Proud of Me, Hood Scars, Used To, Hate It or Love It, Company Part 2, When You Cry, Rude, and In This Club, which hasn't been released yet. His unreleased music is highly anticipated, with snippets on YouTube doing pretty good numbers. And bro sampled Mario Winning's I Don't Wanna Know, and I know it's fucking crazy. His samples are just crazy in general, as he doesn't do the standard and tries something new. He pays homage to his youth and what he used to listen to as a child and his Caribbean roots. Like when he sampled the Jamaican dancehall group TOK Footprints on his most underrated song When You Cry, where he sings the first verse of their song and his hook with a little twist on it, connecting it with gun violence. And on Need Me, where he samples the drum pattern of Maya's Best of Me Part 2 featuring his idol Jay-Z, and interpolated the 2003 release of Turn Me On by Kevin Little, reciting the hook with yet again another twist. That's gonna wrap up the video right there. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you give it a like, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts on J.I. Comment down below if you guys knew him from the rap game and how you thought of him post-rap game or on the rap game, whatever. And I know J.I doesn't want to be associated with the name, with everybody jacking it, but what do you guys think? Has he earned the name the Prince of New York? Especially all my people from New York. What y'all think?